Hi, everybody. So I'm going to talk to you today about how do you communicate with archetypes. There are 6 key components that I believe you should know, and I'm going to read them here. I do have my notes with me. The first one is to have faith. Now, I know that sounds like a simple thing, but really to have faith. And I want to read to you a quote from Dr. Bhaskaran-Pillai. That's important. That's about faith. So he says, we need to have faith. With faith, you can move mountains. And what is faith? Faith is utter positivity. There is no negativity at all in faith. It's not a metaphysical concept. It is something that you believe in. Positivity. What is positivity? The positivity is that I will be delivered, not after death, but right now at the moment. Of my financial problems, my relationship problems, my sickness, and so on and so forth. That's a quote from Dr. Pillai. That's very powerful. Really believing that archetypes can help you is very important. And that they can help you now, not tomorrow, or the next day or next week. Now, there may be some things that take time to manifest. Let's be honest with that. But your faith and your positivity and their ability to help you is a very key component in terms of not just communicating with them, it's a key component in your relationship with the archetype. Like, why would you call on an archetype if you don't believe they can help you? That makes no sense. So you don't want to do that. And when I say faith, I don't mean have blind faith in a priest or a human being. I don't mean that. Like, I love the concept of archetypes because they're perfected beings. Remember, I talked about how Plato talks about every manifestation, there is a perfect form of that manifestation, in the other realm, in a sense. And I believe that archetypes are that way. So a god or goddess, an animal totem, a spirit guide, they're perfected beings. Or at least they're a heck of a lot better than us, meaning that they don't succumb to the kinds of problems that we have. Are usually elevated, ascended masters. They're elevated to a point where they're, the things that happen with us and the problems that we have, that it doesn't exist in their realm. And I have faith in them. I really do. So that's what I mean when I talk about that. Number 2 is to get them into your consciousness. It's if you have an archetype that you're very interested in, let's say it's a saint, a Catholic saint, read about them. What was their life like? A lot of times what you'll find is that when you read about their stories, the myths and legends, you might actually learn something. It may actually ring some truthness in your own life. Maybe there's a reason why you feel drawn to this particular archetype because there's something about their story that inspires you. But also just reading about them awakens that consciousness, awakens that it takes what's unconscious and it brings it to your conscious realm, right? If that makes sense. In other words, it awakens them, right? It awakens them within yourself. 3, you can show and express love. It sounds weird, like, how is love a communication? Love really is a communication. Most of the time when people have relationship problems, the communication is not there. Are you communicating with love? We don't always do that with each other, right? Whether we're in a relationship or not, we don't always communicate with love. And there are all kinds of relationships that you can have with an archetype. They could be like a parent, a great mother, a great father. They could be like a wise one that you go to, someone who's very knowledgeable. They could be like a sister or brother, I always, me personally, I think of Lakshmi as my sister. Almost like a younger sister, but not exactly. But just, someone that you love so much and she's sweet and she's innocent and you just want to hug her and kiss her cheeks or something like that. And then I think of Sarasvati as being my older sister, So you can have that kind of relationship because it's all love. Other kinds of relationships, it could be, they could just be an honored guest of yours, someone that you bring them into your home and you treat them in an honorable way. Another way that sometimes people don't talk about is that archetypes can also be lovers. And what I mean by that is that you can express love. Listen, if you feel a sexual attraction to an archetype, that is not bad. I know a lot of times people will say that, and that's because society has such a mixed up, crazy version about sex. And anyway, I don't even want to get into it. But Having that love, even if it's sexual love, it is okay. Archetypes love love. They dig love on all levels. So whether you see them as a cherished family member, a special guest, a wise one, a lover, they love it all. I mean, think about it. If you have an altar to an archetype and you love them so much like you would a lover, you buy them flowers and chocolates. You think they're going to be like, oh, excuse me, I don't like that stuff. Not to say that archetypes don't have specific things that they like and dislike, you want to know about that. But if you're showing love, that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. Honesty is another one. Be honest about how you're feeling, whether you're requesting help or maybe you want to be open to this archetype, but you're not sure. Maybe you're doubtful. Maybe I don't know if you exist or not. It's okay to be honest with them about that. They can read that energy anyway, so it's not like you can hide it. It's not like they it's not like they read every single thought, but of yours. I mean, gosh, I don't even want to hear all the thoughts that are going on in my head, but being honest with them. I want to develop a relationship, or I want to feel your presence because I don't feel your presence. I'm not sure if my communication is getting to you. That's okay. I'm not sure if you can help me, if you're the right archetype for me. It's okay to be honest, okay? You'll find that in honesty, things will actually get resolved. All right. Expressing gratitude. I do this all the time when I go to my altars and I show light. As you can see my little candle over there. I express thanks and gratitude. That's the first thing that I do. Or I do it sometime, in my communication with them. Be thankful for the things that you can't see, that you don't know about. You never know when you call an archetype into your life. You don't know what they're doing in terms of, helping. They could be resolving the specific issue that you're dealing with, but they could be resolving other things as well. So I always thank them for things that I see and things that I don't see, that they're doing. Or I just thank them for existing, for being of help to me and other people, me and the world. Hey, why not? Communication is also important. I would say every day at best, if you have a specific issue or problem that you're dealing with, call on them, pray on them, talk to them like you would a friend or a cherished member or a lover. They respond to that. So it's important to communicate and communicate often. I do that all the time. I treat them like they're my friends. I treat them like family. Or someone who I can go to for help. And I'm telling you, when you do that, things really shift in your life. So in my next video, I will talk about specific communication, specific ways to communicate with archetypes. Okay? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and share it. Also subscribe and be sure to hit that bell button so you know when my next video comes out. Namaste. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed week. And may your life just be blessed abundantly by the divine archetypes.